It only takes one step to start your journey, and you'll never know where that step can take you. Hi guys, my name is Nathan Williams. I am a personal trainer, transformation coach, and a bodybuilding champion. I'm from London, North London to be precise. Fun fact, I was a massive fan of wrestling. Me and my friends used to try and copy the moves. One of them was jumping off of the ropes onto the other person. I tried doing that on the edge of the sofa. While doing that, I hit my head on the ceiling, completely knocked myself out, 10 minutes out cold on the floor. So to cover the bruise on my head, I was wearing a hat for a whole week because I was just so scared to tell my mum. I got into the fitness industry because I knew that I was fairly good at sports and was passionate about physical fitness, so I thought personal training was the right option for me. I applied for every job that you can think of, from bookshops, DIY shops, supermarkets, you name it, and I got told no. I developed an anxiety when it came to interviews after being told no so many times. When I qualified as a personal trainer, I still struggled to get hired. So what I did, I went up to my local gym and actually asked them if they'll let me work for free. They saw how hard I was willing to work, and they eventually hired me to work on the weekends. My bodybuilding career started from me just wanting to change the way I looked. I was young, slim and baby-faced and didn't think I'd be taken seriously by the way I looked. I needed to change. So the people who I've always looked up to in the fitness industry, I've always been a fan of martial arts, so you've got people like Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan. I've always been a fan of wrestling, which you know, wrestlers such as The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin and Matt Hardy. And when it comes to bodybuilding and movies, it has to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. So after 4 years of personal training, my friends who were doing competitive bodybuilding at the time were trying to persuade me to get on stage. It was something that I wasn't interested in. So after months of preparing my body for the show, I was in my physical peak, and a couple of weeks before the show, the posing trunks came. I opened them up and I said to my friends, I'm not doing this. I'm not gonna put them on. It just wasn't for me. Funny story, to convince myself to wear my posing trunks, I was wearing them around the house. I was doing all of my chores in them, whether it was washing the dishes, cooking my meals. After a few weeks of doing that, I finally accepted that it is what it is. So on show day, I didn't know what to expect. It was my first time ever doing something like that. I was the last one in my class to actually walk out on stage, and the whole crowd went completely silent. Going through the motions, I didn't know if I was doing the right thing or wrong thing. After we'd done our judging, the judges lined us all up at the back of the stage, and they started calling everyone's names out one by one with their placings. I was still standing at the back, and they called my name, Nathan, you've won. At the age of 22, I was the youngest person ever to win their natural bodybuilding pro card. So after my first show, I was told by people who were very, very successful in the bodybuilding industry that I had the potential to do very, very well in competitive bodybuilding. All I needed to do was spend some time on my physique and believe in myself. For the next 4 years, I spent all of my time trying to fulfill my potential. So in 2016, I got myself a coach, and her name is Vicky, she carried me throughout my whole prep up until the world stage. So the build up towards the show, I knew that I gave it my all. There was no stone that I had left unturned. The time show day came, they finally announced all the placings. Again, I was left at the back of the stage. I didn't think, because the person that they called second, I thought was going to win the show. I was left at the back and I thought, there's no way I've placed. They called my name and I just had this massive feeling of overwhelmness that just went through my body. It was probably the best feeling that I've ever had. I won a show on a world stage. I'll never forget that moment. So when I'm not in the gym training myself or training clients, I love food. I'm not the greatest cook, so I would probably go out to eat. I'd love to have a burger with some chips. I love a roast dinner, chicken with Yorkshire puddings, and you can't beat some home cooking from mum. So if I had some advice for my younger self, I would tell myself that you will be told no, you will be rejected, there will be a few things that you're just not good at, but if you are truly passionate about something and you really care about making something out of what you're passionate about, then if you trust in the process, it will happen. Personal training has and always will be a passion. When it comes to this job, helping to transform a client's life for the good is something that I'm very, very passionate about. The human body is capable of achieving so much, and I genuinely love helping people get the most out of it.